So Tumblr is deleting all the porn.
I saw that.
Why is the porn gone?
I don't think that's
Pretty sure that's how that movie goes, right? That's a very famous movie. Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Wow, they do?
I wish they made more than 3 of them, right?
There's like 18.
But
yeah.
I mean, I really wish they made more than 3 of them, right, Noah?
Oh yeah. If only.
What's the third one?
If only more than 2 had been made.
If only they'd made more than that first one. I really think they could have made a really good series out of it.
If only.
You guys know that Disney ride? What if they made a movie about that?
I'll be honest, I can't believe that someone actually pitched that idea and it did become a movie.
I can. I 100% can.
Yeah, I absolutely also can.
That's fair. It's not the first Disney ride that it happened to. Tower of Terror was the first one. But that was so bad that I can't imagine anyone
about that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like if we all went back and looked at the I feel like if we all went back and looked at the original Pirates of the Caribbean now, it probably holds up less than we would hope.
No, I watched it relatively recently. It still holds up as an original concept.
Really?
There's not a lot of zombie pirate movies, so I don't want to say there's a low bar of expectation, but honestly, all the characters are still kind of fresh, so it makes it okay.
I'm going to say it. I don't think there's a lot of pirate movies in general.
There aren't. 100%. We don't. I would argue. I feel like weirdly, westerns are a much more popular thing than pirate movies. And
not
because
anymore,
cowboys are really cool.
We're not going to start that again, though. No, that's the thing. Like westerns,
cowboys or pirates. Let's go. Totally different conversation.
Still cowboys, absolutely.
I kind of think I gotta agree with you on this, though.
I kind of do too.
Yeah.
Cowboys raped a lot less people. So
yeah, they also probably don't smell as bad. That's high seas.
Well, yeah, no, actually, that's probably true as well.
They
smell bad in a different way.
I'm trying. Yeah, I feel like one smells like the sea and sweat, and one smells like cows and sweat.
See, it's not just sweat though. They smell like people who are afraid of the water.
Why do you think pirates were afraid of the water?
Because they couldn't swim.
What?
Almost no one could swim.
What?
You're telling me you lived your entire life on a boat and you never learned how to swim?
These people had a lot of heavy things on them.
This is a weird. Is this an actual like statistic, or are you pulling this out of your ass? Because this is a weird.
I think he's making this up.
I mean, if I were to pull out a statistic, it would be pulling it out of my ass. But in real life, yeah, no, pirates really. Navy people on the whole couldn't swim.
Then why didn't they just join the army?
Because you didn't sign up. You shook a military man's hand in a pub, and you're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" He's like, "Ha, you conscripted, bitch." And he had that little coin in his hand.
That actually does sound accurate, to be fair.
Exactly. It's what happened. Like, people just like went out for a drink one night and then they never came back, and their moms were like, "Oh man, they went to get cigarettes," but in reality they got pressed into the Navy.
And no one thought to just make a program where they taught you how to swim.
Well, I mean, swimwear as we know it didn't exist, so everyone's up there in their 100% cotton heavy clothing that as soon as it gets wet...
You could swim in cotton.
Oh yeah. But not easily, especially when you're afraid of it.
Yeah, when I was in Boy Scouts, I learned how to swim.
I really don't think this is a thing. I feel like this is bullshit. I'm sorry, but I gotta call bullshit on this. I'm gonna hold up. Let me.
Go ahead. Google away.
Yep. Go ahead and you guys do some talking. I'm gonna do some searching.
Yeah.
Cowboys, on the other hand, probably could swim.
Why?
I have no idea. That one I'm totally making up.
I mean, I'll accept anything that makes me right. So I'm with this narrative, but why?
Yeah, they probably had less water. They probably couldn't swim. I don't know. I feel like they probably had more happy-go-lucky time than pirates would. Because pirates, like, their happy-go-lucky time was dancing a merry jig while they waited for their boat to get from point A to point B. And a lot of stir craziness.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very
fun.
Whereas
cowboys, they don't drown if they sleepwalk. So they were already, like, a lot less stressed.
I just really feel like pirates could swim. I don't know. I just... Why couldn't you?
I typed in really easy. Pirates, and the first result was swim.
That doesn't mean you're right, though. It just means other people have the same question. Like, all I'm saying is, like...
I don't know the legitimacy of PanamaJack.com.
That's literally the site I'm looking at right now.
Not agreeing with you.
It's talking about how pirates can't swim.
Panama Jack is
saying also, it is saying unless you live by an ocean or lake, and I feel like if you're becoming a pirate...
A lot of pirates were ex-Navy people, and not necessarily all Navy people were people that lived by a lake.
Fair.
Look, I'm just saying, even if they couldn't swim, that's still stupid, because why would you bother living on a boat and just never being like, you know what I should learn how to do?
This actually does have a good point in
Get
that.
in their water.
This actually does have a good point on that. Is that the in that scenario, like if you fall overboard, right? They're not coming back for you at all. You're fucked. So like, there's no real reason for you to be in the water. But I'm.
Well, here's another question. Can you guys swim?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not great,
Did
but
you-
I can do it.
Did you ever have like a swimming lesson or problems
Yes.
learning how to swim?
I had
Yes,
lessons and I never had problem. Well, my grandparents had a pool though, so yeah, I was swimming from pretty much birth.
I did have lessons, and my biggest problem is that I'm freakishly skinny and have weird blood flow stuff going on, and so I cramp up super easily, like no matter how much I stretch or whatever. So like, treading water is very, very difficult for me.
Just eat some magnesium. You know what's crazy, guys? Magnesium.
Nothing to do with Magneto.
If you touch it, yeah, that's crazy. First of all, actually, there's a good bit to do with Magneto.
I don't think it does.
It's a metal.
I feel like Magneto is specifically. I feel like Magneto, like, that's like saying that, like.
Are you gonna try and say he can't manipulate the iron in your blood?
I was about to just name a random metal. I was just trying to like come up with like the most random metal I could come up with that, like, oh yeah, gold is related to Magneto, and it's like, well, I mean, yeah, but barely.
But still related.
This is true. I guess I associate Magneto with like iron and steel more than anything, I guess. Anyway,
also, well, you can just do any metal, right? Like he could just throw some nickel
there are
at you.
exceptions, I think.
Like what?
I don't know. Hold on.
Is adamantium like magnetic?
He 100% can fuck with
I know,
adamantium.
but that's kind of like the number one.
He cannot control non-ferrous metals, so that would be like
adamantium.
No, adamantium.
And that's you're telling me adamantium is
ferrous.
iron based and magnetic.
Well,
was
it's
about to
ferrous.
say
It doesn't
that,
necessarily
actually.
make it. It's just because it's ferrous, it doesn't make it iron based. Copper is in there, aluminum, titanium, chromium. But yeah.
So not magnesium. Which honestly, he's not missing out. What are you gonna do with magnesium powers?
I mean, if you toss it in some water, it explodes, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I thought that was sodium.
I mean, that too.
Well, my initial point was like magnesium. Like if you touch a match to magnesium, it just lights up real fast, blows up a little bit. But if you eat it, you don't get cramps. So like, I don't know.
I think isn't that like two different forms of magnesium though?
It probably is, but it's just funny that's like the same thing.
One explodes
not
and
only
one helps your
explosive.
stomach. It helps
Yeah.
you not be explosive.
I don't think that's true. But you know what? I don't know enough about magnesium to tell you that you're wrong.
Speaking of exploding stomachs,
Yes.
So
We're gonna talk about porn on Tumblr.
You really want to talk about this, don't you?
He wants to talk about one thing, and I want to talk about. Do you want to do yours first, Jackson? We can talk about Tumblr porn first, and then we can.
Sure. So like, I've been using Tumblr pretty much on a daily basis for years.
Specifically
And-
just for porn.
Literally never for porn is my point.
Really?
So like, yeah, I don't see a single thing changing, and everyone I've been talking to is like, oh yeah, they're gonna delete Tumblr. I'm like, why are you gonna delete Tumblr? They're taking the porn off Tumblr.
I feel
Which
like that's the only reason I
not
use
a fact.
Tumblr anymore. Like,
Wait, you said you use Tumblr for porn?
I don't use Tumblr directly for porn. It's more like, oh yeah, some porn that is hosted on Tumblr that is being linked to from another website. I feel like I don't really. I feel like that's like I don't know what else I go on Tumblr for, because I'm not really into that like whole like there's this weird like Tumblr subculture that I'm not really into.
Memes.
It's memes, but it's also like I feel like in my mind I associate Tumblr with like very broadly speaking people who are a little bit younger and generally more either artistically or
You can just say SJWs and Harry Potter fans. It's okay.
a little bit. Yeah, I mean that wasn't what I was thinking in my head, but yeah, a little bit. Like that is a lot of it. At least that's what like I associate it with. Whether or not that's accurate, whether or not that's fair, whatever.
I mean, fair or not, you can't deny that it's a little accurate.
Oh no, it definitely is. But I had no idea it was like nobody used it for anything but porn except for apparently me.
Which is wild, because of all people.
Well, but then like people are like, well, they're just gonna delete Tumblr if they take off all the porn. But honestly, I really don't think they are because there's still so much other stuff on there.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, I'm sure
like,
they are actually going to lose a huge like fan base.
I mean,
But
maybe, but like, yeah.
And the thing is, like, I don't ever use Reddit, and whenever I do, it's exclusively for porn. So if they were to tell me they're taking porn off Reddit, I'd be like, oh, they're gonna delete Reddit. And anyone who actually uses the site would be like, no, there's so much more on Reddit.
No, it's mostly porn.
no, there is so much more. And never
There's
mind.
a lot
I'm
more
not going
on
to try and argue that.
I mean, it's still a ridiculously huge amount of porn.
Well, if that's true.
Like, I would argue probably
Anything on the internet is
Well,
It's
ridiculous.
probably all from Tumblr though. So
pulling
Damn, you're right.
just random statistics from nowhere in particular. I'd be willing to bet that like 40% of Reddit activity is for porn.
I would
30.
disagree.
I don't know if I buy that.
35. I'd say 30, 35. I mean, you can probably go look up. Let's see, largest subreddits.
I would argue that people that use Reddit for porn probably, with the exception of some, because Jackson only does that, you know, I would say the other people probably also use Reddit as Reddit.
I just really don't like Reddit. But that's
I mean, that's fair.
I don't know.
Reddit has a really weird, very toxic user base.
Yeah,
I loved it for a long time, and now I'm just kind of bored with them.
yeah, Reddit's where you go for people who are wrong to tell everyone else that they're wrong, who they're right because other people are wrong, but they are too.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Over time, my favorite subreddits have become the ones that are making fun of other Redditors. Like about like, oh,
You mean the ones that get shut down because they're hate speech?
No. I just saw one that was called like I think it's self-aware wolves or something like that.
Self-aware wolves. That's amazing.
It's basically it's like whenever you see like the things of like people are saying things and like they're so close to understanding it and just not quite self-aware, but so close. It's very funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah, very, very good. I don't know. I've also never been like into the Reddit into the Reddit. I've never really been into the Reddit like community aspect or anything. It's always been like I literally go there for the content, and then like I think there may be 2 subreddits that I'll actually just browse through consistently, and otherwise I just browse all because fuck it. I still think Tumblr banning porn was stupid. It's a stupid, dumb idea for stupid, dumb people.
The problem is there's a lot of child porn and a lot of porn bots.
That's
like hundreds of thousands of porn bots.
I get that, but also like there are better ways to do it than nuking the whole thing.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't really bother me. Because like, y'all never just like heard of any other way to get porn? Because there's like a shitload of them.
Yeah, it's not as personalized to your tastes. Like generally
Yeah,
speaking, I would guess
you can
that's
just Google specific things.
well, yeah, but it's not the same thing as having just a feed full of just specifically what you want to see, or like
That's
being
true.
able to add to a feed over time.
Although, I could point you in the direction of Reddit.
Which isn't. I mean, I'm not saying it's much better. I'm just saying like that's that would be my guess as to why people are mostly upset. Because like if you have like a lot like I know of. Not that I would ever use, but I know that there are a lot of like Tumblr accounts that are like, oh, this is like it is specifically focused on like one specific subgenre of porn, and that's it. That's all it posts.
Yeah, it's exclusively dark elf distension.
Exactly.
Excuse you?
What's wrong, Noah? Come on, get it together.
No, just keep
It's
talking.
2018.
You're fine. You're right. How dare I be grossed out by gross things? My mistake.
What do you mean?
How
Are
dare
you
you?
king
How
shaming
dare you think?
people?
How dare you think it's gross? You monster.
You're right. My bad.
Now I gotta know what part lost you, the dark elves or the distension?
I want you to just like guess real quick.
It's definitely the dark elves because Noah's
That's what I'm
racist.
saying.
You're right.
Yeah, no
I'm
one's
very
racist.
racist against elves,
Skyrim
especially
belongs to
dark
the
elves.
Nords.
Wait, no, the
Deus
dark-
brethren.
No,
You can't say that, Noah.
I can mix up whatever I want.
Isn't it like a white supremacist thing now?
No.
Didn't they take that one?
Whoa.
I think they took that one.
They can't
Did
take
they?
that one.
I think they did though.
I'm gonna have to look that up because I say Deus Vult all the time.
Oh yeah, I think the white supremacists.
the white
I'd call
supremacists
dibs on
ruin
that one.
everything.
Yeah, they really do. But also speaking of which,
Oh,
Tumblr's not banning the
no.
white supremacists. So
Which can we talk about that?
Wait. What about white supremacists?
Tumblr's not banning them.
Oh, so they're taking away naked people, but the Nazis are
titties.
okay.
Yeah.
No titties, yes Nazis is the final verdict.
Tumblr. No titties. Yes, Nazis. I think
don't
that's their new
understand.
slogan.
I don't know how well that would fly with corporate.
I mean, apparently just fine.
Well, they're owned by Yahoo, so
Yahoo's a disaster. It's just a rolling
Exactly.
train wreck.
but my God, is it continuing to roll?
Oh no.
So- So speaking of Nazis, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Why is it that people on both sides, but I feel like you see more complaining about it on the right, don't seem to understand that just because the government can't tell you not to say things doesn't mean other people can't tell you not to say things. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, the freedom of speech.
freedom of speech doesn't apply to a corporation. They don't give a fuck. Twitter can
See-
ban you because they want to.
See, firstly,
Alex
that.
Jones.
Secondly, I freaking love that so much. Oh,
It is funny to me that like people like Alex Jones or people that are very like almost super libertarian, kind of like, hey, no government at all, we want all big corporations. Then they're like, this big corporation banned me for doing something they didn't like. This is stupid. Let's get the government involved. You're like, what?
Well, yeah, because
What side are you on?
well, I mean,
Are
are you
you
trying
a
to tell me
narc?
that they're not just raging hypocrites? Like I feel like that's the biggest problem is that it's one of those like I don't want them to tell me what to do until I need them for something. It's like me and my parents. Like
Yeah.
it's fucked up because like it means that over time the few places that continue to allow it will attract
Like
other
that, was it
people.
Gab.com or whatever?
like
Where
what.com?
they're like, I think it's called Gab. They're like, you can go on our site and say whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's
happened
not a bad
with
idea.
Vote too. I don't know if you guys remember that phenomenon that happened for like a few months.
What was it?
Vote VOAT. It was like supposed to be like this like new like attempted alternative to Reddit, but just became like a hub of super racist right wing people. Because it turns out that when you just let people say whatever the fuck they want, the most racist wild shit comes through.
Yeah, that is the problem. Like that's why they're in mass media, like some level of censorship in order to adhere with like the law is necessary.
Yeah.
Be
And
like, hey, maybe we shouldn't let people say like they want to murder people and make forums about that and then become incels. Maybe
Oh,
we should try and nip that in
no.
the bud.
it's
But
too
that's why
late.
incels got
It's too
banned.
late.
And now they have their own site in which it's okay to be like, I want to kill all women. I thought you wanted to bang women. What's the problem?
Like,
They
I
wanna
really
do
don't
both.
understand. It's just like,
What do you want to do to the women? Do you want to kill them all or do you want to bang them all?
yes.
You want the government to assign you one to bang.
I mean,
All
it's
of the
definitely
above,
that last
please.
one.
No, because if the government did that, they wouldn't give them a good women.
That's true, yeah.
I hate it. I hate it so much, and it genuinely does disgust me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know. People just be like that. As they say in The Nutty Professor, women be shopping.
Women be shopping. Yep.
I feel like
I watched that clip and I love just how dead that joke fell on his date. And she's just like, yeah. And he's like, huh, it's true. Women be shopping.
It's so fucking dumb. I introduced one to my coworkers the other day. 'cause I walked up to like one of my coworkers and they said something. I was like, women be shopping. And they were like, what? And I was like, women be shopping.
Yeah.
It's just, it's so dumb. But I think The Nutty Professor is probably the highest form of comedy we have.
I mean, probably.
Except for, obviously, The Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps.
So what now?
The Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps.
All right. Not familiar.
I think it's where the Nutty Professor, like, becomes Eddie Murphy. And then he's like thin and attractive, and then he gets the clumps. I don't really know what happens in the Night Professor 2 The Clumps. I saw it once when I was like 13 on daytime TV.
Dang, that's pretty rough.
Yeah. It was like a Tuesday afternoon and I was like 6, so I just watched the Night Professor 2 The Clumps.
So guys,
Hey.
I'm fucking wrenching this conversation back to.
Oh yeah, because you want to talk about something
dude, I
different.
want to talk about it so bad.
Okay, fire away.
So Burger King has come out with the biggest dick fucking advertising campaign I have ever heard of in my entire life.
Honestly, it's really amazing.
So for those who don't know, for a limited time, actually by the time this episode goes live, it might not even be. I think it'll be just ending. So sucks to suck.
What time does it end?
I think it ends on the 12th.
Oh dang!
So Burger King had a campaign running where if you had location services on and the Burger King app downloaded, and you were within like I want to say 500 feet of McDonald's, and you ordered a Burger King Whopper, the Burger King Whopper would be 1 cent.
I really love it, honestly.
And then once you order it, it will direct you to the nearest Burger King to pick it up. Like it turned every McDonald's in at least the country. I'm not sure if it's a worldwide thing. In at least the country into a Burger King ad. And that is such like a fucking power move. And I love it so much. Like this is my new favorite like thing that I think any fast food chain has ever done for advertising. Like Wendy's has always been like, yeah, it's fun to watch Wendy's be Wendy's. But no, this is to me this is even better than Wendy's because this is such just like what are you gonna fucking do about it then? Do something about it, nerd. Like
honestly though, yeah, what are they gonna do? It's not like they're saying, oh yeah, McDonald's will make you a Whopper. They're saying go to the vicinity 300 feet of McDonald's and order a Whopper from us. It's I just love it so much.
It's convenient for me because I have a Burger King within like a mile and the McDonald's within less than a mile. So guess what you boys doing today?
Becoming a corporate shill.
For 1 cent, 100%. Yes. I would
eat my $3 elsewhere.
I would eat a corporate shill for a penny. Yes, absolutely.
But you would be a corporate shill for a penny.
I have very low standards.
So if someone gave you a penny, you'd be a corporate shill.
I've talked about being willing to sell out for basically nothing.
He's willing to pay a penny to be a corporate shill. He's paying to be their shill.
Speaking of selling out, aren't we like sponsored or whatever?
Oh yeah,
that was
we are sponsored.
Nice transition.
Speaking of selling out, congratulations everybody! You today for this one episode and this episode only, and all the other episodes we decided to talk about.
And all the other episodes, yep.
You can get your very own Audible subscription by going to, I forgot what it was. Oh man, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
Wow, professional.
audibletrial.com/offtheair. That is audibletrial.com/offtheair. Dan, I believe in the last episode you said you like listening to books on Audible.
I do. I've listened to the first four Game of Thrones. I can't remember which one I'm on now. Which are great. I've also
a terrific idea.
Feast for Crows is the fourth.
I also really, really enjoy. There's this. I think it's supposed to be for like young adults. Like air quotes young adults, but I don't give a fuck. It's the King Killer Chronicles, which are really good. And the writer of that is just a really chill dude who shows up on like a bunch of D&D podcasts all the time.
That's really cool.
Now,
Dan,
they're really good.
Where did you discover these books again?
I discovered them on Audible. I go on there. They got really easy. They have really good recommendation services up there. And I was like, I need a book to read. And I'm like scrolling through, and I'm like, well, we think that you're gonna like this book based on the fact that you've listened to like 3 Game of Thrones books so far. I'm like, all right, screw it, why not? And since I had my Audible subscription, I was like, all right, I've got a free token. I might as well use it on something, right? Didn't have to though, because the way Audible works, you can just store those tokens right up. You can just let them pile up. And if you're like, I don't really feel like listening to a new book this month, you can just go and
listen to 2 books next month.
Listen to 2 books next month, or more if you really want to.
Well, look at that. That's honestly really, really freaking fantastic.
I really, really, really like it. Actually, I've been sitting because I haven't had time to listen to audiobooks since like near the end of the last summer. So I have a couple of them stored up that I need to go back in and listen to. But that's a good thing. Oh no, I have more books to listen to. The struggle, the struggle is so real.
Man, what a pain to gain knowledge by just sitting there.
The worst. Who does that anymore?
So yeah, if you also want to gain knowledge by just listening to a book, go to audibletrial.com/offtheair and you can pick up your free Audible book with your month subscription. Yeah. Also, you
keep the book afterwards. That's probably worth noting.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's not one of those
keep
things
your
where like,
books that
oh,
you get. They are giving you a free book straight up.
yeah. It's
So,
not a
that's
you
really
got
cool.
you got the book and now you were like, I don't want this subscription. Yeah. And then like they take the book away. No, it's your book now.
No, my book.
Yeah. My
yeah,
book. She.
Jeff
Audibletrial.com.
Bezos makes that sound
Yes, I
as he takes
100%
the
do.
book away from you. I think I may have mentioned killing him by name in the last
You
episode of the
100% did.
podcast.
It was a weird
Yeah.
flex. Bezos.
The CEO of Amazon.
I don't think you did.
I
cool.
feel like you definitely
He
mentioned him
definitely
by
didn't
name.
because I just literally finished that last night, and he definitely didn't say a thing.
I thought
Alright,
for sure
good.
you
Well,
did.
I thought about it, so
You talked
I-
about just the ruling class in general and how rich people should be illegal.
Maybe I mentioned it.
You might have mentioned it because
in the
there was-
half hour of missing audio.
I'm so sad about that because you said there's like this really wholesome exchange between you and Jackson where I'm just hearing Jackson say things like an obvious exaggeration here, but no, yeah, you're right. We do need to have more rights for orphan puppies. And it's like clearly in response to you having said something like actually heartfelt and kind. But I totally lost
And
it. So
that's what see. You know
So
what happened?
all-
That right there is what made the recording vanish. It
it just didn't know how to handle you being a nice person.
I
So,
recording
yeah,
didn't
instead-
understand. It
Jackson,
just
I
assumed
don't
it was
think
like
I
an
told you.
error of some kind.
We replaced Dan's voice when I couldn't just edit around it. We replaced his voice with Charlie Brown's teacher's voice.
that's pretty good.
Wah,
Yep.
wah. No, the best part is that Noah's coming to me and he's like coming in and all like, Dad, I've done something very funny, and I'm like, let me guess, it was the Charlie Brown teacher voice, like out the gate, first guess.
Yeah, he guessed it right away. I'm not even mad. It was
I would
fantastic.
have said, if Noah came to me and said I did something really funny, I'd say, nah, probably not.
I mean, that's fair as well, honestly.
Because I don't know how to express myself without being mean to others.
Oof,
Hey,
don't attack me
relatable.
like that. Get out of here with that shit. Fuck you.
That's why I want to kill the ruling class. Because in reality, I just love them.
Because in reality, you want to beat them.
In reality,
Nah, not really.
maybe the real ruling class was inside you all along.
I don't
the
think it
real
is. I
ruling
think
class
the real
was the
ruling
friends
class
we
is
made along
outside
the
of
way.
us.
The real ruling class was the friends we made along the way.
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe the real ruling class is friendship.
No,
No?
it's not. It's people with a lot of money.
Okay, well, if you say so.
I say so. Yeah, no, it's 100% just people with a lot of money.
Well, that's good to know.
It'd be really cool if, like, that was illegal.
Oh, no,
Money?
not this again.
What if Twitter banned people with a net worth of over 10 million from being on their website?
So that like famous people couldn't be on Twitter anymore. The only attraction to Twitter.
I was going to say, so yeah.
Because-
Is this the only attraction to
I
Twitter?
mean,
I'll be
a lot
honest.
of people-
Have you seen Cher tweet? It's
Unfortunately.
it's something.
Cher should not be allowed to use Twitter.
I think my day would be darkened if I didn't get to see Cher embarrass herself on Twitter. Hello.
It's for you.
ring, ring, it's for you.
Why are people messaging me at 9 in the morning?
I'm assuming you're editing that out. So you guys, I got some beef with UPS.
What's wrong with
Oh,
ups?
yeah?
What isn't wrong with ups?
A lot less than what's wrong with freaking FedEx. I'll tell you that.
I would at least FedEx actually bring like when they no they don't, that's a lie. And fine, delivery companies in general, except for Amazon usually, not always, but usually.
Amazon is delivered by UPS or FedEx.
Is it?
Oh,
no,
wait.
I'm talking
You-
like
You guys might have different rules because Philly has an Amazon distribution center. Right?
yeah, I have definitely had stuff delivered by like Amazon employees before. I feel like
Yeah.
at the
so
very least
reg-
stuff like
stuff in
us
for you.
regular people, we get it delivered through UPS or FedEx.
so
There's no
so,
big Amazon truck.
So I've got a package coming in. I'm getting a new laptop. I got it over Cyber Monday.
And congratulations for that one.
Yeah, hashtag humble brag. It was supposed to be here last week, and I'm like, cool. I'm gonna have it in before the end of finals. I have plenty of time to like get everything up and running. I can use it for my last few days of classes. Get it like get some time in on it. Because it's nice. It's a new laptop. Everything should work. But UPS decided. Well, the first day we're gonna try and deliver it is gonna be on a Thursday, and we're only try and deliver half of it because I had a laptop.
Half of a laptop.
Because I had a laptop and like a trash can and like some energy drinks coming in. Those were like the three big things.
Let me guess what came in.
No.
Trash can?
No, they tried to deliver the trash can and the energy drinks, right? And nobody was home, so I understand that one was on us.
Yeah.
Friday, they combined the two orders into one into one like code, but like into one shipment essentially. So like they didn't because it's just easier that way. And like they were supposed to deliver both of them at the same time that day.
As you do.
And they did the thing where, and I don't know if you guys have this problem, where over the course of the day, it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be delivered before like 7 p.m. or whatever. And it rolls up on like 6:30 p.m. and you're like, I'm feeling like I'm probably not going to get it today. That's fine. And then all of a sudden it updates on your thing and says, oh, could not be delivered. No one was there to sign for it. And you're sitting in your room like, what? I'm sorry, what? Because I'm here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want from me.
Nice.
And then
I never had that happen.
The next day, which granted is on me, they tried to deliver it like 11 a.m., which normally would be fine, but I can't remember if I was out of the house or if I was just fast to fucking sleep that morning. It doesn't matter. Either way, so that was their third and final delivery, and then they were like, oh, now you gotta come and try and now you gotta figure it out. And I'm like, here's the problem. You combine two orders into one. So that means that the laptop should have still had a third delivery before you gave up on it.
Yeah, 100%.
But they didn't. And because they just combined it together and they were like, no, this is it. Fuck you guys. Second, I know for a fact that they did not try to deliver it that second day. I was here with plenty of time to spare. I had roommates here up until like the last minute. Like they didn't try and deliver it, and they tried to be like, no, we definitely did. And three, motherfuckers, when I'm like trying to get a hold of them and I'm like, listen, I really do need this to come here and not like be shipped back to Amazon. So like, no, please let me have my shit. They're like, oh, the earliest we can get it to you, sir, is Wednesday. And I'm like, well, that's kind of shitty, but all right, fuck it, why not? And they were like, oh, it's gonna cost you $10 for each of the two shipments. And I'm like, what do you mean it's gonna cost me $10? Yes, sir, to reschedule a delivery, it costs $10. And I'm like, bitch, you're the one that fucked up. Like, you are the one that lied. Like, you're the one that has some employee out there all being like, oh, I definitely tried to deliver it. Bitch, no, you didn't. Don't lie to me like that. I know you didn't because I was here. Like,
unlucky.
That sounds a lot like the problem I had with FedEx.
I'm so angry about it. Unreasonably so, really. Like, I'm aware that, like, at this point, it's like, it's not a big deal. Your stuff, supposedly it's supposed to come in actually today. And so if all of a sudden I disappear from the podcast for a bit, it's because I'm running downstairs to check and see if,
oh, nice.
See if the doorbell's ringing. But, like,
well, I hope it does ring so that you can get your stuff, because that blows.
But I'm so mad. I have to keep like talking to my roommates and be like, all right, well, let's see. Is everyone going to be here at different times today? Like, who's going to be here till when? Who's going to not be here when? Like, what are we doing with this? And I just want my shit. I just like it. Well, and like they were like, oh, you could always come pick it up. And like, I live in Philadelphia. I don't have a car. I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. In Philadelphia, with our relatively decent public transit, you usually don't need a car to get places, as long as you're willing to do some walking and give yourself like an hour to get anywhere.
Yeah,
but
understandable.
Their shipping center is all the way on the southeast side of Philly, like up against the water. And like, although I could take a subway halfway and then a bus the rest of the way, that means then I'm carrying back a laptop, a 24-pack of Monster, and a trash can back to my all the way back to my apartment.
You're right. Like, someone's gonna definitely try and steal that trash can.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I need that. That's my home now. That's where I belong, and they can't just have it.
Are you trying just putting the Monster in the trash can?
Where it belongs?
Exactly.
Yeah. So like the other option would have been I could have like Ubered back, but like even then it's like a 30-minute Uber ride, and like that is that's more than the $20 I had to spend to get it redelivered. I've got beef. That's my beef with UPS. Don't charge a motherfucker for having
You're a motherfucker. Gross.
He doesn't like to talk about it.
It's the whole thing.
I mean, that literally is the whole thing. Yeah. You're not allowed on Tumblr if you do that.
No, you're allowed on Tumblr. You just can't show any motherfucking on Tumblr.
That's true.
I feel like that's not true, but I don't know enough about Tumblr
Didn't I
to
read
disprove
somewhere
it.
that it's specifically like actual porn? Like you could still have 2D porn, you just can't have like real life.
According to their guidelines, sure, but since they're botting everything, I saw a lot of people posting that anything with warm flesh tones is getting tagged as inappropriate right now.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, they're tagging a lot of stuff.
It's a little absurd. Not a fan. It's really weird.
Amazing.
You guys ever like know anybody who gets like married at like 19 or 18 and then divorced by 21?
Yes.
No, because the people that I know got married that young.
You do. Yes, you do, Noah.
Oh, him.
Yep.
Okay. So I didn't think I did, but
I think it's close to
that I'm
25,
thinking
but
of,
still.
the couple I'm thinking of are definitely still married and happy. So
The couple I'm thinking of are definitely not.
Wait, no, we actually also know another person who was married and divorced. I only bring this up because I just found out she got divorced recently.
Oh my
But,
gosh.
like, imagine getting married before 20, which is, first of all, crazy. But then imagine having to go through a divorce at like 20.
yeah, it's a little intense.
That sounds like a lot of problems.
I'm gonna
And you're just
I'm gonna
carry that
censor
with
the
you.
name, but I need you to tell me who just got
Wait, I can
divorced.
You message it.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the Discord.
I have a friend of mine who like
What?
was
She got
Yeah.
married?
And I didn't know she even got married, and I found out she had gotten divorced recently. I was like, what?
Oh.
But, like, because the problem with that is you have to go through the rest of your life being like, yeah, I was divorced.
my first husband.
You have a first husband. And, like, I get it, you know, like, when people get married at 18 and stuff, they probably have a much higher divorce rate. And it's not crazy. But it is, like, kind of shitty. Because now you got to deal with being like, yeah, I was married. And then everyone's going to be like, oh.
It's kind of one of those rules where if you're in a situation that you could bring it up, you have to, right?
Yeah, like basically, that's not a first date thing, but if you're dating someone, that's gonna come out.
Oh yeah, I mean 100%. You need to bring it up because there's going to be some sort of weird stuff there. You just would be like, hey, just so you know, marriage.
Speaking of the divorce rates, didn't like divorce rates start just going down like insanely over the last few years? Isn't that a thing? Am I misremembering that?
I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where divorce rates in reality, I get it's like 50%, but it's kind of like a majority, like not a majority, but a lot of that 50% is just like people in the military.
Honestly, that would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, a lot of my military friends are my age or a couple years older and on their second wives.
Yeah, I just thought of someone else who fits the same age demographic.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where you give a kid a lot of money and put him in a relationship. And the dangerous thing about military marriages is when you're in the military, if you get married, your pay basically doubles. So there's a huge incentive to marriage.
That's a good
Which is why you
whistle.
see these like 18, 19-year-old dudes and girls coming out of basic training and being like, well, I guess I'll get married to my girlfriend.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the policy as to why your pay doubles makes sense because you have like a dependent, but it's also like maybe you should make him be like 25 before you let that system be a thing.
Here, this is here's the marriage and divorce statistics I managed to find.
I'm looking at a similar article from Time. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, right when World War II ended, a huge spike of marriages happened and a huge spike of divorces happened.
I wonder why. That's wild.
See, I think the reason that divorce is declining, though, is marriage is steadily declining as well.
It is. It absolutely
true.
is. I think it also has to do with like a lot of the people who like there was a like small spike in divorce rates around the 80s according to this chart. I feel like the people who like grew up in that, like, in a divorced household are probably a lot less likely to get divorced or get married at all. Like,
Because they don't want to do
compl-
that damage type of thing.
Exactly. Like, pulling statistics completely out of my ass, I would guess that at least is part of it. Because
I do like the near zero divorce rate in 1865.
that's actually, honestly, in a way that actually kind of scares me more.
It's because divorce was like illegal back then. Oh man, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, marriage rates are way down, but there's like a weird, like, sudden spike downwards in the 2000s. And 2001. Never mind, I figured out why.
A space oddity.
Yes,
Oddity.
a space oddity. Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. David Bowie.
2001, A Space Oddity.
Rip Bowie.
Both of those people are dead.
Yep.
Unlucky.
Um,
But I don't know. I feel like if we keep it at this rate, marriage is just going to be not a thing anymore.
I think it's much like I think it was racism last week, or a few weeks ago.
Wait, marriage is racism?
Yeah, marriage is racism. Yes.
I've been saying that for years.
It's
Jackson,
like,
just because women don't want to marry you doesn't mean it's racism.
Damn.
it's one of those things that, like, I don't think it'll ever truly be gone, because there's always going to be people who believe in it.
Like Santa Claus.
Like Santa Claus, yeah. Do you guys ever think you'll get married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I'm the marrying type.
I had a happy family. Just not to throw shade or anything.
I'm very marryable, not very dateable.
Yeah, you know what? I buy
I don't
that,
know if
actually.
I'm either, to be honest.
No,
Damn,
shut the fuck
I'm
up,
like-
Noah. You're fine. You're a fucking catch and a half. Ladies, he's single. Fucking jump on that.
Please don't.
Please do. He needs it. He really needs it. I don't know. I never thought I was past tense, but
And then your girlfriend's like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
no, you are. And now you're better.
Well, it's one of those things that, like, it doesn't matter so much to me beyond, like, I know that not getting married, especially with my family, would cause so many more problems than it solved.
That's incredibly accurate.
Like if I decided one day that I'm just gonna go and, like, get a house with my girlfriend or something, or an apartment or something, that's something long term like that,
I don't think you'd be allowed to
Literally,
come back ever.
my parents would lose their shit only because we weren't married. They wouldn't care about anything else. They wouldn't care about any of the financials. They wouldn't care about any of the logistics of it. It literally would just be because you can't be living together and not be married, which is whack to me.
Yeah, no, I think actually it's the same for my family.
I mean, same for Noah's family too. No, your mom would get over it.
No, she'd be disappointed. She'd be
She'd
pretty
be disappointed,
disappointed.
but you'd still be able to come back for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, 100%. My parents are very forgiving in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom told me if I get another tattoo, I'm out. So
My mom tried to have a competition with me for secret tattoos, which didn't pan out too well for her, considering,
No, you just have regular tattoos.
well, no, like, because have I ever told you about how me and my brother always tried to hide our tattoos from her?
No. What?
Oh, so she literally doesn't care, but for fun, we decided that we would just, like, try and hide our tattoos to see how long it would take her to notice. My record is 5.5 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
I accidentally ratted out Jeff,
Oh, you bastard.
but my
You-
no,
sister...
you can't be mad at someone else for snitching, Dan.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
he
of
did it
all
accidentally
people.
though. I don't accidentally snitch.
Of all people, yeah,
That's
you have no
so
room
much
to talk.
worse.
I feel like accidental snitching is definitely worse. I would rather know somebody's a snitch and have somebody accidentally snitch.
And it
I would
did only
rather-
happen that one time. The other ones, he accidentally outed himself.
All right,
and-
guys. Follow-up question to earlier, though.
Oh, yeah.
Before I forget about it, because
Yeah.
it just popped in my head. So you think you'll get married, but do you guys think you'll get divorced?
No.
No, but I'm the kind of person that, like, looking at the statistics, looking realistically at it, I'm gonna go get, like, the fucking, what is it, prenup? Is that what it's called? Whatever the thing is that basically says that if we get divorced,
prenup.
here's how everything's already laid out beforehand. Because I'm
Where
not
you all
like
keep
I just
the things that you already have, and then stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because
You'll get the kids, you'll get the car.
Because protect myself and to an extent protect her. Like we both can be a little bit petty, and, like, in a situation like that, I literally don't know where the hell my headspace would be at, and
I do. It would be Petty City. Occupation you.
I mean, no, because I'd be too busy being sad. But, like, it literally is just a protect myself, protect protect her thing, protect whatever stuff we happen to buy at that point own together, because like it just isn't.
Imagine being a divorce lawyer.
That would
That
suck.
would suck.
That would suck a lot.
All day long, your job is just to be like dealing with people whose lives are crumbling apart.
I feel like of all lawyers, to me, in my mind, divorce lawyers are the most predatory.
I would argue that isn't true.
What would you argue?
But I would not
divorce
disagree
lawyers and,
that a
like,
lot of divorce lawyers could definitely be.
I would say
'Cause I
divorce
know
lawyers and like accident lawyers.
Accident lawyers. See, that's the thing. There's some that like are fine. Not all lawyers. They're bad
Hashtag
people.
not all lawyers. Yeah.
But all bad people are lawyers. No, you know, like there's certain things that are going to attract a sleazier type of person. I feel like divorce lawyers would be less likely to attract that as a general rule, only because all day long they deal in really crappy situations that they're really just trying to resolve as quickly and peacefully as possible so they can go resolve the next one.
Fair.
When you really hate the person you're trying to divorce and you go to all the steps of finding yourself a really angry, combative lawyer who will try and strip them for everything they own, you're kind of looking for that person. I don't think you're just going to come across that person by accident.
What about Edgar Schneider and Associates?
Well, I mean, Edgar Snyder, he's gonna rip you a new one if you had a workplace injury. Not you.
That's
he's
true.
gonna
He's
rip
got
them a
your
new
back.
one.
Yeah. Well, there's never a fee, so you get money for you.
I don't understand this bit. I'm sorry.
What?
You don't know about Edgar Snyder and Associates?
I do not understand what's going on right now.
I mean, we grew up at the same place. This is kind of like
Every radio, TV, billboard, any ad space that was available, Edgar Snyder and Associates was taking
him
it up.
and what do you call Suzuki Joe?
Suzuki Joe here.
I don't.
You don't know about Suzuki Joe either?
Dude, I didn't have like regular television past the age of 6.
No,
Did you
it
have the
wasn't on
radio?
television. It was exclusively on radio.
Radio?
Suzuki Joe
I
is a
mean,
radio,
literally, the
yeah.
only radio station my family listened to was the only radio station my family listened to were fucking Focus on the Family and fucking Rush Limbaugh. So no, I literally have no idea who
Suzuki
the hell you're
Joe, I
talking
don't
about.
think I think he'd advertise to religious folks.
I mean, he might
think
have.
Suzuki
I
Joe
just don't
cares.
remember it.
Suzuki Joe does not discriminate.
Yeah, my guys, I don't want to paint like the worst image of my home life, but I'm going to continue painting it in the worst possible way because I desperately need somebody to validate my my childhood.
Just talk to Suzuki Joe.
Oh, you're right. Hold up. What's that number?
14.99 for an off-road express Suzuki Joe. Yamaha something. Only
Why does Yamaha do
$6.99.
so many things?
Because they
I
can.
don't know.
Like it's
Yeah,
it's
probably
one of
that.
those weird things that like nobody really talks about, like the fact that Yamaha has like everything from fucking keyboards to I don't know what's the biggest thing that Yamaha makes.
Probably motorcycles.
feel like
Almost
it's-
dropped this link in the wrong Discord, which they probably would have found it funny anyway. But here, this is a Suzuki Joe bit.
I really don't want to watch this link. I really don't.
You don't have to, but it's going to be in the podcast, so you may as well.
Oh no.
Are you looking for brand new SUVs in all the wrong places? Well, here's a brand new Grand Vitara 4-wheel drive for just $289 a month. Start looking in the right place. One place, Auto Express, your Suzuki superstore.
Don't give him free advertising. He's not paying us. You know who is paying us? Audible. Go get your free
Audible
Audible
is paying us.
subscription. Audibletrial.com/off the air.
Yamaha Corporation.
Yamaha's also not paying us. Neither is Burger King. Well, this is a corporate as fuck episode. Jesus Christ.
It's really funny to follow this one up right after Jackson's talking about beheading the ruling class. Because let me see if I remember the quote. I think you said, if I kill the government, but then I become the government and I say it was okay to kill the other government, that makes it okay.
I mean, it literally does.
That is how like the government tends to work in
That is how a coup takes
Yeah.
place.
That's just how the government coup.
the shape-shifting master of darkness. Aku.
I don't know what that means, but I'm not going to allow it.
I thought you didn't have regular TV.
I didn't. Samurai Jack was an exception. Up to
Because-
again till the age of 6. I had, or maybe 8. I had TV. And one of the shows that I watched was Samurai Jack, and then I watched the new season when it came out. What was it? A year ago now.
Area of a year ago. and you liked it a lot, if memory
It was
serves.
so good.
Hey guys, why did Fortnite Ninja take a photo with Kiss?
What? Why would he do that? Kiss
Why
is
would he?
washed
I have
up
no
just like
idea.
Ninja.
Is he washed up? I mean, I don't
Are
like
either
him, but I
of
don't
them
think he's washed up.
Okay, Kiss?
They're
we
both more
talking about the
successful than
band?
we will ever be in our entire lives. I don't consider
they're-
that washed up.
No. You can be successful and still be incredibly washed up.
Yeah, it's true.
And they are incredibly washed up.
I think they've been writing 2 good songs for 30 years.
I mean, I don't know, man. Beyond that hustle, I don't know. I can't judge them for that.
I can and did.
Yeah. Have you?
I don't even like them. I just
No.
Dude, you guys,
You have
You
to
know, here
hate
it's
them because what's his name? Gene Simmons over here talking about like depression and suicide. Like he literally said cutters are just cutting for attention. If you're actually depressed, just do it.
I mean, I can't. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
That's not a spot. That's not a bit I want to have
I'm
on
not
here.
taking that bait. That's what we call bait. I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
is that bait?
It's a little bit bait because I could have gone. I don't. For the record, I do not agree with that as an idea or as a thing you should say, and I think it's an unhealthy way to. It doesn't help the situation in any way, shape, or form.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem with like large bands and especially like rock and roll icons is that they claim to be these anti-authoritarian figures and in the end are just puppets to the man because the same power they claim to fight builds and owns the stadiums they play in.
I mean,
Well, that is true for the most part. I don't know if you guys happen to have followed any of the censorship trials way back in the day, but I've been watching a few of those videos recently, and it's a trip to see Dee Snider and Frank Zappa lay into these people very intelligently and coherently.
I was back before the man got to all these big artists.
Yeah, realistically, yeah.
Big business, dude. Playing at the T-Mobile Arena, I see you. think you're slick.
All right, so we should be wrapping up now, but I just wanted to say real quick in my recommendation slide on the side of YouTube, for some reason Suzuki Joe is associated with the top 10 most hated celebs of 2018, which the profile of it is Jake Paul or Logan Paul. I can never remember which one's which.
I can never tell which one is
And-
which.
Can we please get a Suzuki Joe and Logan Paul cage match?
6'9".
Can we please get Suzuki Joe on the podcast?
Honestly, not that unrealistic.
Honestly,
Honestly,
you're
of all the
probably
people
right.
we've thrown out to get on the
Could we-
podcast, that
Could we please just like have him phone in?
yes, call our
could just be like
toll
the
free
radio
number
ads.
1-800-555.
Off the air.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a way to do it with 7 characters, but I can't off the top of my head. It's,
You don't have
it's
to.
too sleepy. Yeah, I mean that tracks. I don't know. I feel I feel like at some point we should have a long talk about like rock stars and like that whole like culture and like the way that like affects people, because I find it really interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm down with that.
Maybe that's a little teaser for next week, you guys.
People use an anti-authoritarian image as a way to seek their own form of confinement.
I think some don't even bother hiding their authoritarian views. They just embrace it. It's this
Yeah,
weird
then you get
post.
like neo-Nazi bands.
Well, or you get things like stuff like Bo Burnham, who like embraces the fact that he's a sellout and like that's what a lot of his content is about.
Yeah, but he's also more of a comedy
He is
icon.
He
Yeah,
is.
that's a
And,
little
like,
different than a rock
Yeah,
star.
he
Then
absolutely
like
is. And
Slayer
that's-
telling everyone to respect the president.
Did they say that?
Oh, absolutely,
That's
yeah.
hilarious. Honestly,
Yeah,
the
Slayer
funniest
told him
thing
to
about
respect the
Slayer,
president, and Gene Simmons called everyone snowflakes who needed to man up and learn how to something or
yeah,
other
that
with
sounds
Trump.
straight in line with Gene Simmons. I'm surprised.
Yeah, he called everyone snowflakes.
Yeah, see, the best thing about Slayer is their singer is like a devout Catholic, and I think that's just the funniest thing. Kerry King, their guitarist, has not officially said he hates him for it, but he has made comments about how he's for real, unlike some of those other rock stars out there who just play it up for the show. Like, he said stuff like that.
Kanye.
Kanye is actually an icon, so
He is. I love Kanye.
I still love Kanye. Kanye says such troublesome things that make it really hard for me to love him, but I love him anyway.
I
Kanye's
like
problematic.
I love Kanye from like a like creator standpoint. I don't necessarily even like the work he does. I just appreciate like what he's become.
such a fucking hoe. I love
I'll
it.
be honest, I really enjoyed that song a lot, though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
All right, guys. This off the air has gone off the rails. I think it's time to shut us down.
I really don't like how that's how we wrap it up, but okay.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't either.
Nope. We're here now. This is what we're doing. If you don't like it, fix it in post. No, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and Twitch at Bubbadabad, Bubbabad. Jackson, how about you?
Just watching this video, huskies just all yelling. There's like 5 huskies in a room. They're all just yelling. You can find me there.
You can find me wherever the huskies are.
Yeah, you can find me in the club. Nice. You can just find me on the internet. Dan?
You can also find me probably on the internet, Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at BornRover47. Everything else will be in the show notes.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, you can also. If you like the episode, feel free to give us some likes and reviews on iTunes. It really helps us out. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, just send it off to tell your friends, tell your friends, tell your mom. Don't tell your mom. Your mom probably will not like this podcast.
Yeah,
Your mom might like
mine
this
doesn't,
podcast.
so yours probably won't either.
Does your mom like the authority?
Tell your
If
mom.
she
Tell
likes
your
the
mom's
authority.
cool friend. You know that one that like every mom has, like the one that's like
You know that
Oh,
fun
yeah.
aunt that
the
actually is
fun
like
aunt.
super chill? She
Yeah.
might like this podcast.
she might like it.
You never know until you try.
And if you wanna help us out in a way that is a little more cold hard like cash.
Monetary.
You can check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/offtheair. We got all sorts of fun stuff up there. And it is I just want things to like I really want to hit $100 a month. I really do.
Just so that we
for my own, because
just
it's
so that
very
you have
funny.
a picture of your freaking persona.
Yeah, because it's very funny to me.
Oh no, my name's Dan and I'm not a furry. Oh, I can't wait to have my picture of a persona. Okay.
Fucking, it's me and that. It's that from way at the beginning that the image that Edge drew. Just me holding back a door full of furry shit.
Not even surprised. You can also find us on Facebook.com/OTA podcast and Twitter.com/TheOffTheAir. We're very inactive on Facebook because we don't have a lot of people interacting with us there. But Twitter
Probably
has
for the
loads
best,
of.
really.
I mean, sure. Twitter has a load of good updates though.
Twitter is man, it's a good time.
I really like when I log into Twitter and because I saw like a like on a post I didn't make because that means someone else made a post.
I really like when
comforting.
you sometimes seem like you forget that you sign out of the off the air Twitter and just post something that like seems like it should just be you, not the actual podcast.
I'm not sure which ones you're talking about, but yeah, that probably does happen a lot.
It
I have
happens.
to interact with
It's
myself and it's a little awkward.
It's weird. It's very funny. Just do what I do and forget that the Twitter even exists until somebody else makes reference to it.
Incorrect. I have to keep our Twitter presence alive, and this
keep
is how
that
I'm going to do
brand.
it. Did I
My
ever tell you guys
brand.
that I manage like a couple of different brands mildly on Facebook? So every
Probably.
now and then I have to interact with myself because like
You have to.
no one else will.
I've had to do that for short films and stuff. That reminds me, that's going up. I don't know if it'll be by the time this podcast goes up. Whatever. I'll talk about it next week.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
It was a good time.
You know what? No problem.
Thanks for tuning in and turning up.